should be able to chunk down Kyrie, Boots, as well as Keyboy. But again, at this point, it's not about how much damage you deal, but more about how you're going to have the space to do it. Because Onyx is always looking for the backlines, and it's not just Keyboy, Boots, Sans, but even CW can get to the backline, so it's very dangerous.
But you,
Edward, Kyrie. Edward gonna get brought back in the suppression, but Edward flickers away. The guiding wind locks on to Kyrie. Renny J picking up another kill. He's supposed to be the roamer, but the hitman has a name for a reason.
oh my goodness, Renny J! If he's not the MVP of this game, if Blacklist wins, I don't know what to feel anymore.
All right, does Onyx even try to contest this? CW working his way around the tri-bush right now, trying to find an angle. Renny J's on him too. Edward finds the knock-up. Boots, here is backup. There's no way they can take this. Blacklist International going to secure that Lord.
Wow!
What is going on?
What is going on even? Renny J saving the day once again. And Onyx, you would understand why they went for Edward.
Edward
with the flicker play.
should have died.
Edward should have died.
Should have died.
But he didn't. And it's because of the guiding wind. You see the Flask of the Oasis.
Yeah.
Tankability, the natural tankability of this Edith. And the fact that they didn't have CW in that fight. I mean, he was on the other side of the map, so, I mean, of the Lord Pit.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Now Blacklist, they're in for the push.
All right, Lord's going to be coming down the top side. Blacklist making their way up. They should be able to get, their minions alone should be able to take that bottom tier 2. See if they can break something. They are going to get the charge. This is an enhanced Lord. We're 18 minutes in. They're going to be able to break that one down. Blacklist not overexerting themselves, though. They know the danger. They know the heavy CC, the terrifies. There's a lot of possibilities from Onyx, and if they get caught in a pigeonhole here, it could spell death. So they're going to get what they can and back off.
I mean, they got top inhibitors, so that's already pretty good, but it doesn't look like they're stopping here. It's really on Keyboy. Who is he going to be able to pull?
Ooh, Sensui matching up against Sans. Kyrie as well going to clear the wave, and that's going to be it.
Okay, again, this is still a good charge coming in from Blacklist, but we saw Onyx, they will have moments of brilliance as well, and now we're going to look at the instant replay of the final fight, where I hope it shows how Edward survived.
Yeah. So the Claude is somewhere else.
He's up in the mid. They come in, they get the Divine Retribution.
Yep. Oh, Kyrie just got poked out. And that's just as simple as that. They didn't have the... I mean, Onyx thought that it was already a guaranteed kill onto Edward, but it wasn't. And then while that's happening, you gotta have to give props to Oheb. He's still hitting onto Kyrie. That's the thing, right? If you see already that your opponent popped the Divine Judgment, you're the A-OK as the marksman. Oheb just felt confident that he can hit Kyrie, and he did. Sensui gets the purple.
I mean, Oheb at this point, I gotta say, his positioning has been great. The only time he gets caught is when literally the entire team dove onto him, where he had no other way of escaping, where Renegade is looking for a way to engage, not necessarily disengage in those skirmishes. Now, Keyboy, looks like Renegade is just keeping him honest, making sure that he always finds where Keyboy is. No shenanigans coming in from the Kaja.
And that's what Renegade has been doing all game, man. He's regularly just kind of like making sure he pushes them back, threatening them with the Guiding Wind, threatening them with Circling Eagle. And it's just working so well. And even they don't know when he's actually going to fully commit.
Yeah. I saw one item coming from Edward that Onyx has to be careful. He has the Starlium Scythe. So the damage is going to be more than they anticipated. So maybe that's one of the reasons why Keyboy felt it was fine to pull Edward, because if Edward dies, that's a lot of damage per second that has been eliminated from Blacklist.
But look at the lanes for Onyx. It's not good in this Lord Dance. Blacklist, they have a shot at this. Kyrie is showing. They can punish Kyrie this time. He was far too forward from his teammates, but we'll see.
We'll see. Keyboy also hanging back. CW there as well. Blacklist International don't want to get this. Let this. Oh no! Keyboy!
No!
He's trying, but CW punishes Edward. That's huge. Sensui also there as well. Somehow, some way, Onyx actually comes out on top in that one. But Blacklist want to tell them that they can't. Kyrie wants to show them that they can.
Unbelievable.
Good news, bad news. Good news, Keyboy was stopped.
Yeah.
Bad news, he still got the kill.
But this gives the green light for Blacklist to burst the Lord. Kyrie will be a little bit off, but not having Edward, nobody provides the vision for Blacklist for now. They don't want to really completely burst the Lord. Queen swings picked up by Kyrie.
All right, now it looks like Kyrie might have a little bit more of a position. Keyboy gets a suppression. Sansui, Immortality pops. Someone's got to get the last shot, though. Can they finish it? Kyrie dives in. He's taken out. Oheb finds him. Boots gonna find Sansui though, so no Retri on the board. Oheb will be the next to fall. It's 4 members of Blacklist. All that's left is the Hitman, and he might get taken down. The Terrify Sans able to connect, and CW gonna take the Lord. Back and forth, back and forth.
What a series of unfortunate events.
Oh my God.
I mean, it started with Keyboy trying to pull someone in, and then
Gets knocked up from the
gets
Lord.
knocked up from the Lord, and then after that, it looks like Blacklist International, like, Edward was not around, but they still wanted something out of that.
Yep. Keyboy does have the ultimate again.
This is big. CW to clear the wave. All they have to do is lock on, conceal play. Able to move in. Their only job is to lock on to this base. Renegade taken out. The Sandstorm locks in, and Onyx will take game number 2. Let's tie it up.
There's no way that this best of 5 doesn't go all 5 games. Onyx just equalized with Blacklist International. They're making sure that Blacklist, whenever they make a mistake, Onyx is going to capitalize.
It was a time where Sans was phenomenal with this Valentina. You can see that at the top lane, that's why they were able to wipe out Blacklist International. But then Blacklist turns it around after Edward almost died, and then Oheb punishes. And then eventually the last fight, or last 2 sets of fight, Keyboy jumps in, gets knocked out by the Lord. For some reason, they still lost Edward because when Edward went for the flicker, there was a lot of burst. And then CW was already available. That was the power spike for the Claude. You know that the Claude is such a strong hero in the latter portions of the game, and we felt that. Then, during the succeeding Lord T fight, what happened was Kyrie was actually taken out. But then Sensui was in the middle of the fight, was isolated from his team, and he was very low. Eventually, CW was able to finish him off.
Pure insanity.
I want to take off my suit. I want to wear a jersey. I want to sit somewhere in the stands.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I just want to hold the board up, man.
Whew.
This is the game that you just want to enjoy, but we got to talk about the MVP of the game. I have an idea of who the MVP is. We're seeing Coach Yab, but the MVP is CW, and he's like, it's normal.
C-Dubs.
Another day.
Just another, what's today? Saturday for me.
Yep. Going for the Purify, going for tenacity as well as agility. This guy with the Claude was so phenomenal. I think his positioning in the last few minutes of the game was spectacular. He wasn't tagged at all. 7-1 and 6 eventually after this game in the Purify usages, as well as his timing against Oheb. When they go for the duels, we know for sure that the Claude is very strong in the latter portions of the game with his Corrosion Sight, with his Windtalker, Demon Hunter Sword, as well as the Golden Staff. That combo is enough for him to be able to take out even the tankiest of heroes, even the Edith, as well as this Fredrin suffers from him. We can see a highlight. This is a pendulum, right? Sometimes it's on the left side, sometimes on the right side. Look at Edward, beautifully done, and then utilizing the Primal Wrath for additional. Watch out for Suns in this particular exchange. Look at him go, even with the recall spams, right? He's messing with the mentality, and then Suns with the flicker play to finish up Sensui, then poke Oheb, then allow for CW to get the double kill. I mean, that is prime Valentina that we're talking about.
Misplay.
Oh yeah.
And this is the moment where we saw Blacklist capitalizing on the fight where Oheb just did way too much damage, and Renegade just delivering Oheb to absolutely everyone from Onyx. But we saw more or less the same thing coming in from Onyx, where they just take one mistake coming in from Blacklist and they just capitalize.
Renegade was a beast in this game as well. Look at that, Edward with the play already, but he was punished. Look at Boots as well as Sans. They just dialed in on Oheb. Their focus was Oheb. Eventually, Boots will be taken out. Sans did not stop being aggressive onto the backlines, and then Yue, when he goes to the backlines, there's the ultimate coming out from Sans as well. Edward, look at that beautiful guiding wind. And while that's happening, watch out for Oheb. kept his stabs onto Kairi, made sure that he takes out Kairi. The decision-making of these people are so good. And Setsui is low, but now CW as well as Sans, they take the left and the right flank. Then Oheb was punished. Beautiful positioning from the 2 damage dealers of Onyx Esports.
CW was definitely the difference maker, man. Like coming in from the side, make sure that he doesn't get touched, and then just dealing free damage. We saw how fast those health bars just gets taken down. Like CW was a beast in this game. Honestly, in the previous game as well.
Unbelievable. I think that this is the back-to-back games that we see from Onyx. He can really makes a case for why people will think that Sans is the top mid laner right now in the world. And the thing is, Yue also performs so well, right? So everybody, literally everybody in this game is performing so well.
No one is missing a beat.
Exactly. If you're looking at Onyx, everybody's just giving it their all. And imagine watching this game, looking at the Dire of the Jungle, win the game eventually. It's crazy to think that we have come to this.
I feel like at no point in the past 2 games could you have ever really said, oh, this team's definitely going to win this game.
Yes.
Nah, it's just constantly like, and once you think a team has it, the Lord gets taken or everyone gets wiped out or anything can happen at this point. When we're only just starting, it's a best of 5. Anything on these items, though, to really point out?
Yeah. For me, it's about, I would say Blacklist. Edward couldn't really frontline for the team because he even have the Swift crossbow to add more attack speed. So it really looks like Edward wants to dish out the damage, but it became to the point where Onyx, they could just choose who they want to dismantle first and then just pick everyone off one by one. So I would say not the greatest starts from Blacklist in terms of team fights.
Yep. I think when it comes to items, maybe some Radiant Armor from Blacklist International. Maybe someone that goes to the front lines will take that because I think that not having the Radiant Armor against a Valentina, it's quite criminal, as Assassin Dave would say. And also Oheb, I believe that there should be a consideration for Athena Shield for this guy, or maybe even Rose Gold Meteor, right? I don't know if he eventually got the Rose Gold Meteor, but what I'm trying to say here is that he was bursted out by Sans so easily in this game. That's Flicker plus the Lilia ultimate from the Valentina, from the Black Shoes, right? That he copies. That's automatic. It's a one-hit knockout. That's the thing with Marksman. Marksman right now, or Marksman, gold laners, they take for granted the damage output of Valentina from the 1-2-2-1 combo. It's actually pretty strong.
I mean, honestly, it's like Lilia. It's one of those skills that you don't feel like it does a lot of damage until you look at your health bars and be like, okay, that does a lot of damage. I mean, like when you see his skill, like far side, like boom, 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 it's like, okay, that's a lot of damage. But again, it's one of those things where visually it's not super intimidating until you feel it.
Maybe that's the case, right? The Valentina skill shots where it doesn't like shake the screen whatsoever.
Exactly.
It doesn't look that good. So
With that being said, we need some insight on both this team. So we're gonna look at an insider video and hopefully we'll learn something new today.
In every tournament, pros fight not only for glory, family, and their country, but also for the heart of every game. The fans. Are you one of them?
Hello everyone, my name is Queenie Tormis and I am representing Blacklist International Asia!
Perjalanan Sonic ini udah berdiri sejak 5 tahun yang lalu. Sampai kita kalah, sampai apa itu Onyx udah ada.